What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph? You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, okay, making their debut on the channel tonight, we have the Jazz Avengers. Yes, indeed, how about that? The Jazz Avengers making their debut on the channel.
Avengers!
Assemble.
Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbidi-bibbidi-bob, do me a favor, before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Home Gnome, and this is actually Home Gnome's prioritized request for the month of February for being a silver tier member on the Patreon page. So, here you go, Home Gnome. I hope you enjoy the show, man. Home Gnome wanted to see me react to this. It is the Jazz Avengers with a tune called Maybe I Know.
Next question.
What was the question? And what was the question, Pete?
Oh, all these questions are all character. What? That's an interesting question.
Now, have I heard the song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a minute, hang on, I recognize this song, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This was posted by the Jazz Avengers, okay? And the video has 170,000 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. The Jazz Avengers, Maybe I Know. Cool. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
That's a big band. soprano, and a tenor. Okay. Oh, man. Okay, stop. We're getting into solos now. Okay. Okay. First of all, I'm digging it. I'm absolutely digging it. This is cooking.
I like it!
Interesting saxophone section. We have a soprano over here. We have one alto, two alto, and then a tenor. I'm a little. I'll be honest with you. When I saw four sax players, I was wondering to myself because I saw the soprano first, and I was like, okay, so maybe soprano, alto, tenor, bari. No bari. We got the tenor sax on the low end. It works. It definitely works, but I wonder how much fuller it would sound if we had soprano, alto, tenor, bari. You know what I mean? But that's okay. Two altos. I'm a little surprised they're doubling up on the altos. If they were going to double up on anything, I would think they would double up on the tenor saxes. But that's all right. It's definitely working. That rhythm section is tight. Oh my goodness, they are tight. Bass player and drummer are absolutely locked in together. Guitar sounds really nice. I like some of the things that she's doing with the delay pedal. Keyboard player she's there. She's there, and you can hear her in the mix, but she's really in the back. Like, all she's really kind of doing is kind of focusing on filling out the sound in a very subtle way. I also like the fact that she's standing. So she can kind of, groove a little bit. Not that you can't groove when you're sitting. You absolutely can. Just watch Chick Corea. Just watch him sitting and playing. I guarantee you can groove while you sit. Absolutely. But it's still good to see her standing. Since everybody else is standing other than the drummer, it looks good visually to have her standing. I think it definitely looks good. No, it's a great groove, man. This feels good. It really does. The horns are tight. The rhythm section's tight. Everything just sounds really good, man. I'm digging this. I really am. Let's keep going. Let's see where this goes. Let's hear some solos. Pass off. Back. Came a little early. That's all right. Sounded good. Crossing over into each other's own tunes. Hold on. I gotta pause, and this is as good as place as any. Okay, the trading off between the soprano and alto one, really nice. Trading off on the fours, every 4 measures, trading off. That's great. I liked that. What I was really impressed by, though, was when they were still doing trading 4s, but they would share the 2s. So what I mean by that is soprano sax would be the first 2 measures on her own. The alto would come in on the 3rd and 4th, right? And then they would share those 2. And then she would, and then the alto, and then the alto would go off on her own. The soprano would lay out. So the alto would do her first 2 measures, and then the soprano would come in and share measure 3 and 4 again. So solo for 1 and 2, duet for 3 and 4, solo for 1 and 2, duet for 3 and 4. And then it just merged eventually to where they were sharing every single measure. Almost competing against each other, almost. It kind of felt like they were trying to outdo each other a little bit towards the end there. And that's all fun, man. It's all good. It's all in good fun. A little game of one-upsmanship. It's never a bad thing. It pushes, I know from experience, it pushes you to take your soloing a little further than you're comfortable with. It forces you to step outside your comfort zone, and you got to keep up with them. So you got to step up your game. You know what I mean? So it's always a good thing, and it's never done with ill intent. It's never, I'm going to show you up and I'm going to steal the spotlight type of thing. No, there's no ego here. You can sense that. You can absolutely sense there's no ego here. They're just having fun with it. Gotta give major props to the rhythm section. Bass player, drummer, guitar player holding it down, keyboard player holding it down, giving those 2 ladies up front the opportunity to have some great solo time. Looks like we're going to be hearing the tenor sax now, which I am a big fan of. When it comes to saxophones, tenor's my favorite. I love tenor sax. So let's see what she's going to do here. Time. Look at that bass player getting into it. Back into straight. Sound like Daryl Jones back there. Hold on. That triple tonguing. Oh, wait. Oh my God. Woo! I love the little acknowledgements. That's awesome. Back to Unison. Oh my goodness gracious. That time flew by. This did not feel like 9 minutes and 53 seconds. That did not feel like that at all. It felt like we were about the 6-minute mark. I was waiting for what was coming next. I heard, the drum solo was nice. A lot of great tom work, and I saw it come out of it, and I was like, okay, are they going to go? Who's next? Keyboard, probably, right? Because we haven't seen the keyboard player solo yet. So I was ready for a keyboard solo, and no, the song's over. I swear I thought we were like the 6-minute mark. This flew by.
Whether you like it or don't like it, learn to love it because it's the best thing going today.
Flew by. Man alive. Woo! Good stuff. Good stuff. This was fun. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was the Jazz Avengers with Maybe I Know. This was a request from Home Gnome. And this was actually Home Gnome's prioritized request for the month of February for being a silver tier member on the Patreon page. So there you go, Home Gnome. Hope you enjoy the show, man. Oh, boy, that was fun. Brought back a lot of good memories from my jazz band days. That was a blast, man. A lot of fun to watch, a lot of fun to listen to, a lot of interesting things happening in there. And I think my score is going to support my claims here. Out of a possible 5 stars, surprise, surprise, I'm going to give that 5 stars. Yep, 5 out of 5 stars. You heard me. I didn't stutter. That is the score I feel that performance deserves. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, that was a lot of fun. A lot of fun for a lot of reasons. Number one, first and foremost, the groove. Wow, what a great groove. Nice, solid, easy to follow groove, but definitely had a lot of movement happening within the rhythm section. Bass player and drummer locking in super tight and really kind of establishing that groove together. The drummer definitely set the roadmap up, but the bass player definitely helped establish the feel. So I definitely saw what was happening there, and I had a blast listening just to those two alone. The groove was so nice. Then you add to that the guitar and the keyboard, adding the extra fullness, especially in the keyboard player, in a very subtle way. Guitar player taking a little more of a lead line approach to her playing, which I had no issue with, especially at the beginning. And of course, she had that solo section too. It wasn't very long. It was only like a 16 measure solo, but it was still really nice. But definitely helping to fill out the sound as well. That was really well done. The entire rhythm section I thought was really tight all the way through the entire song. They really complemented each other well. They really helped establish the song, the direction the song was going. Even with that play on feel, when they switched to that halftime feel, very nicely done. So I got to give a lot of props to that rhythm section. They sounded tight, really tight. The horns. Yes, the horns. The saxes, they sounded really nice. I'm a little surprised. If I'm being honest here, when I saw that there were 4 sax players, I was like, okay. And the first sax I saw was the soprano. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, so it's gonna be soprano. Hopefully, it's gonna be soprano, alto, tenor, bari. If not, hopefully soprano, alto, tenor 1, tenor 2. And instead, we got soprano, alto 1, alto 2, tenor. I thought I was going to be missing the bottom end in the horns. I thought I was going to be missing that bottom fullness that you get from a bari. But instead, it sounded to me like the bass player kind of took up the reins on that end and really, almost to some extent, played the bass line like a bari sax would play at times. Kind of reminded me of Rocco a little bit from Tower of Power, or Daryl Jones, another really nice bass player, most notably known for his work with Steps Ahead. But he's a great bass player, great bass player. One of the bass players that kind of got me into jazz was watching him, and I was like, wow, that's what I want to be, man. Between him and John Patitucci and Kim Stone and Victor Wooten, Stanley Clark, a whole bunch of others, too many to mention. But Daryl Jones definitely was one of the ones that I first saw as a bass player that made me go, yeah, that's what I want to do. And he was definitely a big influence on my playing. And watching her and listening to her play really kind of gave me vibes of Daryl Jones. It was really cool to see that. But getting back to the sax players, having the low end with a single tenor, I was really kind of afraid that the horns were going to be a little bomb deprived, and instead it sounded full. It sounded really good when they were playing in unison. She really, the tenor sax player really kind of took it upon herself to play in a lower register, which allowed the two altos to split and do like the one and the 5 type of feel, or one play the root and then the 5th underneath, kind of a feel to give it that full sound. And then you got the soprano sax on top. Their syncopations, when they were playing together in unison and they were hitting those accents, man, tight, clean, no bleed over, which was impressive for 4 horns to come off and do that. That's pretty darn impressive. And then to boot, their solo sections were fantastic. My favorite solo, that not surprisingly, the tenor sax solo. I'm a sucker for tenor sax. I am. Don't get me wrong, soprano sax is nice. I like soprano sax, and I think she did a fine job with her end. Both altos did a fine job as well. I had no issue with anything that the alto players did, but I was really impressed by the tenor sax player, in particular that one section where she did the triple tonguing, and I was like, wait a minute, and I had to back up because I wanted to make sure that I heard what I heard. And I was like, there's no way. That was really triple tonguing. That is not easy to do. And she did it, and she did it clean, and she didn't overdo it. I was kind of getting Lenny Pickett vibes from her a little bit, if I'm being honest. There were some sections where, I know she wasn't circular breathing, but there were some times where she would sustain and she would really bend, man. She would hit the note, hold the note, and she would bend the pitch up, and it's just like, whoa, that was great. That was really well done. Great feel with it. I mean, she just really brought it out. A little drum solo at the end of the song to finish the song out. I like that. I like how they ended that. I like the fact that when she was doing her fills and doing her soloing, she used cymbals as they should be used, for a little bit of color here, a little bit of color there. But mostly she was focusing, about 80% of her solo was done on skins. It was done on the snare and on the toms. and on the kick. I like that. I know a lot of people love symbol work, good for them, you know, nothing wrong with that, but me personally, I prefer skin work. I really do. And she really had some nice fills in there, some nice rolls going out, some from tom to tom to tom to tom. Some great rhythmic patterns that she was getting, some great polyrhythms that she was getting. Now, I had no issue with anything she was doing. It sounded great to me. Overall, very impressive. Really nicely done job. I commend them, and I would love to see more from them, actually. They did a fine job indeed, and I'm going to have to hopefully get exposed to more of these ladies. If not, I'll go and do it on my own. That was a great performance. Very impressive in a number of spots, and that's why I'm giving it the 5 out of 5 stars. So, 5 out of 5 stars, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.